Hey YouTube, what is up? This is Max, d.c.watches. I have kind of a rambling video today just because I've been thinking a decent bit about my collection in general and what kind of collecting watches looks like for different people, and specifically what it looks like for me. So I'm just going to kind of ramble on about that for a couple of minutes today, and and I hope you enjoy it. So I'm gonna roll the intro now, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, so I've been doing a little bit of talking with some of my friends, some of my watch friends, and I've been thinking a lot about my collection in general. So I'm sure you guys noticed there's something missing. And that's because today on the wrist I have my my Speedmaster 145.022. So I'll take that off and just drop it in for the sake of the discussion now. So one of the things I've been struggling with recently is kind of in deciding what stays, what goes, and why I have each piece in my collection. Very specifically, that is in reference to this piece, my Nomos 1203 first edition Minimatic. I just don't think I bonded with this watch very well. I don't know what it is, because it's just undoubtedly an incredible watch. I love the straps that I bought for it. I love looking at that movement. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's just absolutely stunning. And I really, really appreciate it. I love what Nomos did with this watch. But I just don't know if it fits. I don't know if this is a watch that I was meant to own or a watch that I was simply meant to enjoy. Kind of on the other hand, I've had a journey with the SKX. I've had this watch for, years at this point. I've swapped the movement in it. I've bleached the bezel on it. I changed the crown on it. This watch is part of my watch collecting story, and I really bonded with it when I first bought it. And I still feel the same when I put it on. I look down at my wrist when I'm wearing this watch, and I love just watching it. I mean, I'm sure many of us look down to check the time and kind of end up just giving the watch a good once over and not really realizing what time it is. And I still do that with the SKX. That watch, my dad gave me that watch. That watch will always mean something to me. Similar to the Seamaster, I bought this watch with the first money I ever made in politics, which is the field I work in still. This watch means everything to me, but the journey to this watch was very strange. I wanted this watch in high school. This was the watch that I wanted when I graduated high school. And I'd saved all summer to buy a watch, and I was going to buy it. But instead, I bought a Rolex 1005. If I have a picture, I'll flash it up. Two-tone case, champagne dial, just an Oyster Perpetual. And I never wore it. I did not bond with that watch at all. So I sold that, and I bought, I intended to buy this again with the money that I, got from selling the Rolex. And instead, I bought a Speedmaster Reduced, and I'll flash a picture up if I have that. And I liked it, but I didn't bond with it. It didn't have the same case, the same hands, the same movement that the Professional did. And one of the things that watch did that bothered me was when you engage the chronograph and the counter would go up, it wouldn't click over when the chronograph second hand hit 12. It would kind of creep up to 1. And I didn't like that. It just didn't, for whatever reason, it just didn't resonate with me the way that the 861 movement resonates with me. And so I sold the Reduced, and I kind of took a bath on it at the time. And then I worked all summer and ended up buying this, which is the watch that I had wanted 2 or 3 years previously. And now that I have it, it's not going to leave my collection. I still reach for this watch. Not most days, because I would say these three really make up my rotation: the SKX, the Speedmaster, and the Seamaster. And these are the watches that I constantly reach for, the watches that no matter the day, I will reach for those watches. And even this Casio F91W, this is a watch that I bought on a whim for $10 on Amazon, but I love wearing it. It doesn't make any sense. I have a G-Shock that costs 4 or 5 times as much, but I enjoy wearing this watch more. Just like I enjoy wearing the Seiko SKX more than I enjoy wearing the Nomos. And it's not that the Nomos doesn't fit. It's not that the Nomos isn't a beautiful watch. It's not that the Seiko SKX has a better movement, because the Nomos whips it in all of those categories. But I just never bonded with it. I love the watch. I love it. It is a pleasure to own. I just don't know if it belongs in my collection. And I think it's kind of an important part of growing as a collector to kind of realize what you like and don't like, and not necessarily what fits and doesn't fit, because I don't like, my collection has almost no rhyme or reason other than like sport watches, I guess. And maybe that's why the Nomos doesn't feel like it fits, is because it's a dress watch, and I don't really need a dress watch. I can throw the Speedmaster on leather and it looks like a dress watch. I can throw the Seamaster on leather and it looks like a dress watch. I can keep the Seamaster on the bracelet and it's fine, because Pierce Brosnan wore it with a tuxedo, and if he can do it, I can do it. You know? But the Nomos, for whatever reason, just doesn't... I don't get excited when I take it out of the watch box. I have a rotation that starts with the it goes Nomos, Speedy, Seamaster, SKX. And that's how I wear my watches. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it starts over. And I'm excited when I get to wear these three. But there's something about putting the Nomos on that I just don't find as exciting. I don't know why that is, but I think it's an important realization for every collector. And I think when you realize that about a watch that you have, a watch that no longer makes you excited to wear and to own, it's probably time to let it go. I will always admire Nomos. I think they're amazing watches. A couple of my friends have Nomos watches, and I think their watches are gorgeous. I really, really appreciate what Nomos does. I love their design. I love the quality of watches they offer at the price they offer them, but I just don't think it's for me, and it's a very, very odd realization to come to. I would love to hear if you guys have had similar experiences, because this is kind of new for me in being so aware of that decision. I'd love to hear if you guys have any thoughts down in the description. And if you guys haven't seen my movement upgrade video with the SKX, it would mean a ton to me if you check that out. Or checked out really any of the other videos I've posted if you haven't seen them. Thanks so much, guys. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Until next time. See ya.